Today I'm going to make Chuckwagon chili with beans. Now, there's a lot of discussion in Texas about whether you put beans in chili, and it's just your preference. But if you enter into a chili contest in Texas, you will be disqualified if you put beans in your chili. So this recipe actually comes from Texas on the Plate, a cookbook that's very good. I made changes to reflect my taste, and those changes are in the recipe. So let's get started on Darlene's table. Let me show you all these ingredients. All right, so 2 1/4 pounds of pork butt, and then 1 1/2 pounds of beef chuck, and 1 pound of ground round lean. Now, my family likes a lot of meat in chili, so I absolutely increased what she had in the recipe. Then this is chopped serrano and jalapenos. They've been de-seeded and the membrane's out. Fresh garlic, onion, red bell pepper, celery, black pepper. Now, I added this as well. It's our ancho chilies, dried ancho chilies, and they can be very hot. They come in a bag like this. You'll find them mostly in the produce department. Now, you want these to be very flexible. If they're not, then they're old. So you need to find a bag that is flexible. I used 2 and put it in a coffee grinder that I use only for chopping herbs. So I put the rest of it. I'm only using 1 teaspoon of this because it's very hot. And I'm going to save the rest for another time. Then we have rotel, tomato paste, diced fire roasted tomatoes, tomato sauce. I have 1 can of black beans, 1 can of kidney beans, and 2 cans of pinto beans. Going to use chicken broth and beef broth. I've already mixed up all of my seasonings, and they're listed in the recipe according to how I changed it. So the first thing I'm going to do is start browning this meat, and that's going to take a while. So I'm going to start browning it, and I'm going to do this in batches because I really want to brown the meat. That adds a lot of flavor to the chili or anything that you're doing. So let me get the pot hot. This also has 1 bottle or 12-ounce can of beer, and it has red wine in it. Hear that sizzle? That's what you need, and don't put too much in here. Do it in batches. Okay, you can see how brown it is. Now I'm going to add some Crisco shortening to this, and I've got to cook the 1 pound of ground beef. All right, this is the 2 large onions. Celery, red bell pepper, my serrano and jalapeno peppers, I'm going to let this go about 10 minutes. It's all my vegetables except for my garlic. After 10 minutes, I'm going to add the garlic. Only about half of this. My husband chopped a lot for me for another dish. I am going to go ahead and put the pepper in. That's the black pepper. I'm going to add the garlic. It's not all for this dish. My husband made extra for me. Give it a good stir and let this go about another 10 minutes. All right, now I'm adding the tomato paste. Make sure it mixes well. Now I'm going to add all the meat back. I'm going to start adding the tomatoes and Rotel tomato sauce. Calls for 2 cups. I actually put about 3. This is a 4 cup. The beer, red wine, all my seasonings, this is now going to cook for about an hour and a half. So I've added salt, and we'll taste it later. All right, it's been an hour and a half. I'm going to skim off some of this fat. And then I'm going to add the beans. I'm going to taste it for seasoning and salt as well. The more you can get off, the better it is. Now I'm going to give it a good stir. We're going to taste for seasoning and salt. It does not need any salt for sure. I'm going to add some more of this ancho chilies that I chopped up. And I'm going to add some more chili powder. All right, you can see I'm adding extra seasoning. I'm adding some more ground cumin. I added a teaspoon of those ancho chilies. I'm going to add some more chili powder. I've taken you to the point, and then after that, you need to taste your chili and see what else you think it needs, because I don't know, exactly what chili powder you're going to use, or it'll all be by taste. But we got a good chili up to this point, and if you don't think it needs anything, that's good. Now, also, at this point, we're going to add the beans. And then this will cook about 30 more minutes. My kidney beans. Pinto beans. As you can see, I'm adding the juice. Make sure you add the juice. The juice helps to thicken it up and gives it a good taste. Some black beans. All right, so I've decided I want even more. This is a little coriander. I'm going to add some more cumin. And I'm going to add some more chili powder. Probably a couple more tablespoons. And then I added 2 previously. Now let's get this stirred up again. We're going to let these beans cook in this chili for 30 minutes. And this chili should be ready to go. The meat's so tender. Oh, yeah. I am telling you, this is such a hearty, good tasting chili. Everyone just loves it. All right, now, what I like to do is put some cheese, and then I can't help myself. I like some Fritos on top of my chili. You do not have to do this. You could eat it with tortilla chips, crackers, cornbread, whatever you want to eat it with. Now I'm going to put a little fresh chopped cilantro, just a little bit of green onion, and just a small little dab of sour cream on top. My husband likes sour cream. Doesn't that look good? And it is. You can make this as hot or mild as you want. And there you have it, Chuckwagon chili with beans, and garnish any way you like. Enjoy. Chuckwagon chili, full of meat, flavor, and extremely hearty. I know you and your family will really enjoy this chili. I've posted this recipe on my website, darlenestable.com. But think of this recipe as a starting point and make changes that reflect you and your family's taste. God bless, and thanks always for watching Darlene's Table.